You don't want to wait for Kevin?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining the City of Kingston Heritage Area Commission at our monthly meeting. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. My name is Suzanne Cahill. I'm the Planning Director and the organizer for our virtual meeting. Before we begin our meeting, we would like to go over a few meeting guidelines to help navigate the system as efficiently and respectfully as possible. We ask that members of the public and press remain muted and off camera for the length of the meeting. As the organizer, I reserve the right to mute anyone who unmutes themselves. Commission members and city staff will control their own mute button. Good practice would be to mute yourself if you are not speaking to avoid background noise and feedback. If a commissioner or staff wishes to speak, they will raise their hand. The chairperson will call on them before they speak by stating their name clearly for our audio listeners and transcript recording. All of our meetings are recorded. Both video and written transcriptions will be made available to the public on the city website at a later date. In lieu of public speaking during the monthly meeting, we requested all comments to be received by 2 p.m. on Monday, January 25th, 2021. No comments have been received. All meeting materials, applications, supporting documentation, written comments may be found on the city website by going to www.kingston-ny.gov. On the homepage, scroll down to the bottom under meetings where you see Heritage Area Commission listed. Click the link for the agenda and you will find a universal hyperlink for all the information. If at any time you have an audio issue, please send a text message to the following number, 845-443-0416. I will repeat this number again, but be aware that phone calls will not be answered during the meeting. The number again to text is 845-443-0416. As the organizer for today's meeting, I reserve the right to lock and pause the meeting to eject anyone who has behaved inappropriately or to enter into attorney-client conference if needed. On behalf of the commission, I wish to thank everyone for their continued patience during this unique time and wish you and your family good health. I now turn the floor over to Chairman Hayes Clement to call the meeting to order.
Thank you, Sue. I am Hayes Clement. I'm the chairman of the City of Kingston Heritage Area Commission, and I hereby call to order our January 27th, 2021 meeting at 6:33 p.m. I'm just going to take roll of commission members. I'm Hayes Clement. I'm present. Bonnie Howland.
Present.
Dean Barnes.
Present.
Michael Del Priore.
Present.
Kevin McAvoy.
Present.
And Abigail Robin. I'll mark Abigail as not present. Getting into business. Our first order of business is approval of the minutes of our last meeting, which was December 3rd, 2020. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes? Does anyone have an issue or a proposed amendment to the minutes as presented? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes of our December 3rd, 2020 meeting?
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Motion by Dean Barnes. Do I hear a second?
Second by Bonnie Howland.
Second by Bonnie Howland. Motion on the floor. Is there any further debate? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland.
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The new next order of new business is discussion of amendment to a previously approved site plan at 188 and 200 North Streets. I am going to recuse myself from this matter, seeing as I have a financial relationship with the applicant in the sense that we're in the middle of a real estate transaction that he's the buyer on. I'm now going to turn this over to our vice chairperson, Bonnie Howland, to conduct the meeting. I will be on mute and will interrupt my video. I will come back once this discussion and vote is over to take part in the next order of business. Thank you.
Okay, Bonnie, we have Christina and Zach from KDA associates with us this evening, the architects. I believe it's just the two of you, correct?
That's
Correct.
right.
All right. So tonight, essentially, we're going to just be introducing the project. I don't know if one of you wants to just give a general overview of what you're planning to do down at the Brickyard. I know it's ongoing. We did have the one site meeting. We're going to have another one on Saturday for anybody who can make it. It's at 11 a.m. And possibly because we missed the one today, we might try and set something up before the next meeting for both the planning board and the heritage again, and hope the weather will be a little bit more cooperative. So Christina or Zach, I'm gonna turn the floor over to one of you.
Yeah, Sue, should I share my screen?
Sure, let me give you. There you go.
Great. Okay, can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
All right, excellent. So we have the following items. I'm just going to go through here. We have 3 additional cabins west of North Street. So I can hear myself. I'm not sure why. Okay, that's better. No, I can still hear myself. Sorry. Is there a way to shut that off, Sue?
Oh, not sure.
All right, I can battle through it maybe. I think it's better now. Thank you. Okay, so we've added 3 previous submissions had shown 7 of these mobile cabin units here, and we're proposing an additional 3. They look like this. They are very similar. They are the exact same models that we had approved in the main site just east of North Street. So that's what they look like. And so now we will have 10 there. So that's kind of item 1 here. Item 2 is we have a private trail connection from North Street to Lindsley Ave. And that location is here on the map. It is this road that connects Lindsley Ave all the way down to North Street. Now, this trail has essentially always existed in some way or form and had served the Hutton Brickyards while it was in operation. Where we're proposing these cabins is we call this the sand pit, and this is where the Hutton Brickyards would take sand from. So there was this existing path that we are proposing to do some improvements on and use it to bring our guests in to the site. So that's the trail. Here we have then a private parking lot for 41 cars west of Lindsley Ave, which is here. The plan being for guests to arrive in this parking lot to check into an Airstream trailer and then be brought on golf carts down to the cabins, whether they're staying here in the sand pit or the previously approved 20 cabins down here at the water. So that's that item. A 200 square foot housekeeping building, just a small addition to our previous approvals. It's essentially a linen closet being used for the housekeeping operations to store just normal hospitality things like towels and soaps. So that's a very small item. There is an ADA cabin, which the location was already approved for a cabin there. We're just making the modification that this is going to be ADA accessible compliant. So that is that addition. We have use of building 1 as a seasonal, I'm just going to read this, as a seasonal outdoor lounge and dining area relocated from a previous approval tent. So the previous approvals had us here to the south. We're proposing to reuse an existing pavilion and to have it essentially be a pop-up style restaurant for 3 seasons. Then the next item would be relocation of bathroom buildings. So on previous approvals, we had bathrooms, again, the southern portion of the site, and we are proposing that these bathrooms be relocated to the northern portion of the site to follow the proposed pop-up restaurant, which would then, those two units would have bathrooms on them that would serve that building one restaurant use. Then going from there, we have new courtyard at building 2. Building 2 is a previously approved hospitality unit. And what we are looking to do is just to put a courtyard out front to provide some private outdoor space. Then we have some minor improvements to the existing parking lot west of North Street, which is our main parking lot here. That holds about 300 cars. We're doing some small improvements like adding islands, chalking the ground, trying to get flow to work a little bit better during events. And lastly, we have some prefabricated saunas that do not have foundations. They just sit on a platform over here by the water. And those are like a barrel style sauna. And that's it. That's basically, that is our submission for amended site plan approval. Sue, do you think I should go into master plan or put a pin in that for now?
If you just briefly, but primarily what this, the commission will be acting on is these first few phases of the development. I thought that we were doing phase 1B also, right? And
correct.
All right, so, and it also, the parking lot was included, right? In this phase?
Correct.
Okay. And then the other one that's just north of, go down further down. Keep that larger one right there, right?
Yep.
There were going to be improvements to that as well as part of this proposal.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, we're on the same page.
Okay. So the commission will be doing the consistency review on just the components that are outlined within the first phase 1A, 1B, and I think 2A and 2B.
Okay.
In materials that you have received. And then the balance of that is just to show a general overview of a master plan of where this whole project could potentially be going.
Yeah, and I'll just pop this up real quick, and it's, you know, it's a lot of things, and it's kind of easy to get all these parts and pieces a little confused, but here, so as I'll start us in from the west as we enter in. So this is the parking lot we were talking about, this phase 2A. Then as you come down the road, we are proposing additional guest cabins. These would be larger offerings, more of the style of, you know, you'd be able to it'd just be a larger offering with more land around it. So that's that phase 5. Phase 6 is a single family residence that would sit up on the hill looking over the sand pit. For C, for all of these 4 phases are additional cabins through the uplands in between the wetlands. Phase 7 is a possible residential development, and phase 8 of notice is a possible hotel development on the north lawn, which is currently undeveloped other than having parking lots. So as you can see, the overall trajectory of this site is going from having a tremendous amount of events to being more residential and hospitality focused. So that's kind of a quick overview of that master plan.
Thank you.
Yep.
If no one else has any particular questions on the maps, I'm going to ask Zach to take the screen share off, and then the board can ask, or the commission can ask any questions. Okay. Okay, do any of the commissioners have any questions on the information that was presented? No?
What street is the new entrance on?
Dean, I just need you to identify yourself and then,
Dean Barnes, I couldn't tell from the map, what street is the new entrance on?
The new entrance, the newly proposed entrance is on Lindsley Avenue.
Okay.
One question.
Kevin?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that Christina, Zach, Joe, I think that you guys did you receive the comments from the Conservation Advisory Council?
We
submitted
did.
them. Okay.
Kevin, they got the ones that were sent after your last meeting, but the ones Julie just sent me another email, they haven't received those yet. The ones from this evening?
The one from, gee, it was dated, I'd have to check the date and see when Julie.
Yeah, that the first one that you sent me. Yes, they have gotten those.
In December or in January?
I want to say it was January that you sent it.
Yeah, December, the CAC just asked for an extension of time, basically.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
but we as a group had sent, I think, about 4 pages of comments,
That they have received.
which when you guys respond to that, if you're going to respond to it, there might be additional comments, but I'm not certain. That's a CAC decision. They meet in February, the second Tuesday.
Okay, so Julie sent me, I'm just looking here. CAC comments on the Brickyard 119.
We have those too.
Yeah, okay, she just sent them again tonight for whatever reason. Okay,
Perhaps the reason which is why I was a couple of minutes late here, was they were discussing that at the Climate Smart Commission, and there may be Climate Smart commissioners that submit comments to the planning board, or they submit them to the CAC, and we wrap their comments into some type of a supplemental comment. I don't know how or if any of that's going to work or even happen, but that's to be determined.
okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I saw it pop in and I thought it was a new email. Okay,
You're on the Climate Smart the distribution list. That's why.
okay.
And mystery solved.
Yes, thank you. Okay, any other questions from commission members? Okay, Bonnie, I'm going to turn that over to you then. The only action that you're going to need to take this evening is to make a decision as to whether or not the commission agrees that the planning board act as lead agency under the seeker review. And there was a communication that Julie had sent around with the staff notes earlier today, just outlining that request. So Bonnie, as co-chair, if you want to unmute yourself and just ask for the motion and a vote.
So in the language of the motion, this is Bonnie Howland. In the language of the motion, sorry guys, this is my first time doing this with Hayes recusing himself. So I want to get it right. Do I read from the new business that we're going to decide to take action on the amendment to the previously approved site plan involving relocating the entrance and access road to glamping area, additional camping facilities, the conversation of house of facilities and outdoor restaurant, and the introduction of a master development plan for potential future improvement. We now vote if we want to approve that amendment. Is that correct?
No, what you're going to ask for a motion for is the commission to agree to the planning board acting as lead agency.
All right, so does the commission agree to have the planning board act as the agent.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Kevin McAvoy. Do I have a second?
I'll second Bonnie, Mike Del Priore.
Second by Michael Del Piore. So I'll call for the roll for all in favor. I'm Bonnie Howland. I vote aye. Michael Del Piore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
Okay. So your eyes have it. And I need a motion to table then the action until next month.
All right, so do I hear a motion from the commission to table this action until next month?
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Do I have a second?
Mike Del Priore.
All right, so we'll call, thank you, Michael. We'll call for the vote. I'm Bonnie Howland. I vote aye. Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Michael Del Piore.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
No problem.
Next order of business is 242 Wall Street, an application to replace main entrance steps with new closed stoop and steps redirecting egress. Phil Sinagra, applicant on behalf of St. Joseph's Church, the owner. Phil, you're here.
Yes,
Welcome.
I am.
You want to just walk us through, Phil, what you guys want to do?
Sure. First of all, let me thank you very much for your time in advance. I appreciate everything and the cooperation that I've got from the city as we head down the road with these projects. This particular project, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the front steps off the front of the church and reconstruct them. What has happened is we've had 8 individuals in the last year and a half that have fell on those steps. Due to the freezing and thawing, all of the bluestone is cracking. And consequently, the steps, when they were put in years and years ago, they're not uniform. There's all different sizes. So what we're going to try to do here is, and if we can envision that we're looking at the front of the church. As you look at the front of the church, you see 3 doors across the front of the church. And I'll start from the right and come to the left. The 2 doors, the one on the far right, the center door will stay as is. The one that you see on the left-hand side, what we will do is keep that door so it doesn't disfigure the front of the church. What we will do is lock that door basically so that people won't go out. Now, when you come out of the church, you'll take a step down onto a platform. The platform is going to be approximately 8 feet longer than what you see out there right now. And what that's going to do is allow us to have people come up the steps that will be on the far left. We're going to build steps coming up the far left, basically to like a courtyard. Okay, especially like in time of funerals, it's just unbelievable trying to get a casket up those steps in the front of the church and into the church. This will give us about 8 feet to come up the steps, turn the casket, and bring it into the church. We will match the facing. As you see on the church now, it's like a gray facing. We will match that facing, and we will have steps that will go down. Each step that goes down from the platform to the sidewalk will be bluestone, and it also will be wide enough for someone with a walker that they can use it to come up the steps to get to the platform and into the church. There'll be a wrought iron railing across the entire front that is going to match all of the hinges and so forth that are on the church. That we are having fabricated at Fall Fittings down in Gardner. So that's in the works, and hopefully we'll get the approval so that we can move ahead with this project. We'd like to move ahead the first Monday after Easter.
Phil, what is the below the wrought iron railing? Are you going to try to match the brick? What is that wall going to be like?
Okay, that will be like the base of the perimeter of the church. It's like a gray that you see right now.
Right, so it's like a blue stone. So that'll be a blue stone.
It won't be a blue stone. I don't want to mislead you. It will be a concrete block with a facing on it that will match the basic that goes around the bottom of the church.
How closely is it going to match? Is it a more modern construction thing, or is it going to be good old fashioned actual stone?
It's going to be good old fashioned. I was able to get a block company that can do a fascia that will be able to match pretty close. I mean, when I say pretty close, darn near perfect to that ledge. I have a sample of it now.
Can you show it? Good.
I don't have it with me. It's out on the front of the church.
Other questions for Phil about this? Does everyone sort of understand what's happening, or what sort of the layout of this is going to be and why? Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at the link. So they have this that you sent us. They have the photograph and then they have the sketch. So it makes perfect sense, especially being a former altar server back in the day, understanding bringing the casket in and out. You're not going to put a ramp of any sort. You're just giving yourself a larger footprint for safer entrance. Got it.
And I think, I think it'll lend itself very nice to, full marriages and so forth. It would be nice because the bride and the bridal party could be up on this platform where everyone else would be down on the sidewalk. And that would be really nice. I think that's going to make the church look beautiful.
Agreed.
Bill, as you face the church, to the right of the third door, there's a little gap between the steps and then the promontory of the church that sticks out. Are you going to close that, or is that still, that little gap still going to exist?
I think you're on the right side looking at it. That right side.
You're facing it.
Yes.
And you're looking at the right of the third set of doors. There's a little gap. It looks like about 12, 18 inches.
Right. That's going to stay. But the wrought iron railing will come out and go around it. And the reason for that is we don't have enough room to put another set of steps coming out there. We would come way out on the sidewalk, and we, really do not want to do that. Now, that's going to just be closed in. We thought that there was a number of ways that we attempted to do this, but we just don't have room to put a set of steps there.
Right. I think I'm talking about something slightly different, but that's okay. What my only concern about it, and this is a pretty iconic uptown location, is just that we match that stone base of this whole new platform, below the wrought iron railing with the original stone foundation of the church.
We're going to go, believe me, we've been all over, and I can't guarantee that we can get the same block, but what we've been able to get, it's got a fascia on it that is and it'll be a concrete block, okay? But it has a fascia on the one side of it, and when we do the steps going down, we were going to double it, okay? There'll be two sets of blocks back to back, so that there'll be a larger section there, and they'll have fascia on both the inside and the outside.
And the mortar's going to match this darker mortar of it's not going to just be a bright white mortar.
No, it's not. No.
Okay. Other questions for Phil? Any issues, objections for Phil? The Landmarks Commission actually has approved this, just FYI. So I guess our vote is.
The planning board has approved it as well.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to classify this as a type 2 action under seeker?
Bonnie Howland, so moved.
Do I hear a second?
Dean Barnes, second.
Dean Barnes, second. There's a motion on the floor to declare this improvement type 2 action under seeker. Any debate on that? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote yes. Bonnie Howland.
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it on that. Do I hear a motion to approve the plan to replace the main entrance steps with new closed stooped and steps redirecting egress at 242 Wall Street as presented by Philip J. Sinagra Sr., applicant on behalf of St. Joseph's Church?
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Do I hear a second?
Mike Del Priori, second.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor to approve this application. Do I hear any further debate? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland,
Aye.
Michael Del Priori,
Aye.
Dean Barnes,
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
Thank you, Phil. The
Thank
ayes-
you very much, and thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Next item on the agenda is 235 Wall Street, application to install a lift addition on the east side of St. Joseph's School. Phil Sinagra, welcome back, applicant on behalf of St. Joseph's Church.
And Josh Flowers is here with us too. He's the architect.
Hmm.
Josh,
I'm Phil's assistant. He's doing a great job.
he always does. So Phil or Josh, could one of you walk us through this one?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So currently, St. Joe's is using the old school building as a secondary chapel with COVID and everything going on. And there is no egress, or there's no ADA accessibility down to the basement room where they have the chapel. Currently, if you enter the building, you only have access to the gym. What the church would like to do is to put in a small handicap lift so that they can provide access to all their membership and congregation down to that lower level. So currently, I believe in the packet, there's an old picture with an old red shed that's since been removed. And what we're proposing to do is to put a small addition out to create a secure entry vestibule, as well as protect it from the weather, as well as to house that handicap lift to go down to that lower level. The brick will match. What we're doing on the roof is choosing a standing seam metal roof to try to, keep in character of the historic nature of other buildings in the area, and really making just a small, modest addition for this lift.
So it's sort of an angled shed roof coming off
Correct.
the building.
Correct, because we are trying not to disturb the windows and everything as much as possible on the existing facade.
And the dimensions of this addition are going to be probably taller, but about the same width as the shed that's depicted in the photograph.
It's actually gonna be a little wider. Right now, it will come out. Right now, there is a current roof that just is over the doors. The addition will come out as about as far, actually a little bit further than the shed did. We're coming out 8'8", and the width would be about 19 feet, I believe it was overall. And that's just so that you have the proper ADA clearances in front of the doors, because there's going to be the 2 sets of double doors to enter the building itself, as well as turning radiuses, and to house the lift itself. The lift is approximately 4 feet by 4 feet.
Are the doors going to be on the Wall Street side or into the parking lot?
They're going to be into the parking lot, and currently there's just some old hollow metal frames that are painted. We're actually going to do a nicer set of entrance doors, like an oak veneer door stain, to try to, create a prominent entrance for the building.
And are the doors themselves, are they going to be sort of aluminum silver to match the existing doors, or are you going to?
No, we're actually going to do like a stained oak.
Is that going to be sort of incongruous with the rest of the windows and the doors?
The school itself right now is a little hodgepodge, and so the windows have it. The trim is all white, however, and they are old aluminum windows. However, there is some detailing with the spacing of the windows where there used to be the old weighted chains and whatnot. So what we're doing around the door is to simulate the same type of trim, and then just have a nicer looking door, like a 9-light door, rather than your old standard, access metal door into the service area, if you will.
Any other questions or issues for Josh or Phil? Anybody have a problem with this? Okay. Do I hear a motion to declare this a type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act?
Motion by Bonnie Howland.
Do I hear a second?
Second by Dean Barnes.
Thank you, Dean. Motion on the floor to declare this a type 2 action under seeker. Any debate on that? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote yes. Bonnie Howland,
Aye.
Michael Del Priore,
Aye.
Dean Barnes,
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Do I hear a motion to approve the application to install a lift addition on the east side of 235 Wall Street, St. Joseph's School, in accordance with the plan presented by Phil Sinagra and Josh Flowers, applicants?
Motion.
I'll move Mike Del Priore.
Motion by Michael. Kevin, you want to second it?
Second.
Second. Motion on the floor. Any further debate on this? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote yes. Bonnie Howland,
Aye.
Michael Del Priore,
Aye.
Dean Barnes,
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
And thank you for your
Let's do the
time.
next thing too. All right. Next order of business is 55 North Front Street, an application for new signage. Ali Hamoud, owner. Josephine Ariel, applicant. Are some representatives of the applicants here?
Yes. Josie Ariel is here.
Hi, Josie.
You need to unmute
Yes.
yourself.
I did. I'm sorry. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
This is for board, correct?
Yes.
Great. So why don't you just walk us through what you want to do?
I'm looking to do a sign approximately. I have 40 by 20. After talking to a sign company, it looks like 36 by 22 will be better. So I don't know how that works in. I'd asked Julie today, but I know it was late notice because I didn't really think about it till now. But just, and I can share my screen with you. I gave you a picture, just a wooden sign with my name and a cheese knife logo on it. One that was under the underpass and one that's facing out on the sidewalk. I don't know what the words are, but if that makes sense.
You're good.
Okay.
So what are the new dimensions proposed?
36 by 22.
So we're okay with that, Sue and Julie?
Yeah, yeah, the clearance is still the same clearance.
Well, it's less, so it's 36 the width or the depth or the height?
The clearance underneath the sign,
Well,
right?
it's 2 inches.
Josie?
No, it's 2
Oh.
inches more than 20.
I believe, like, I mean, I'm a very visual person, so that's why I changed it. I had to go around and I went around like a crazy person and measured everybody else's signs that were around me. And some of them were 24. Mostly what I was looking for was have it not be so long and more shortened and square almost, but not quite square.
Okay, I'm just concerned with the clearance from the bottom of the sign to the ground.
Yes, I believe it. It's still good. Yeah, I checked into that. And then some other signs were 24, 2 feet wide, and mine is shorter than that, if that makes sense. And I did talk, I see the Timely Signs is on there as well. I talked to
Everyone, if you're okay, I'm happy to chime in on that. I actually was there today measuring. I saw you in the window there, Josie.
Thank you. I saw you. Yeah, I was painting the ceiling, so I saw
I
you.
saw that. So the area of where her business is actually extra tall. I believe I
It is.
want to say about 138 inches, if I can recall, to the top of the the bottom of the canopy. So you should have more than enough space. I believe is what
Right.
6 is the minimum, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you're gonna be well within that.
okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
I meant to say that, yeah, because it goes up there, so there's a little more room right on
I
that.
can see that from the photograph, yeah.
For
Hi. This is Julie.
Julie.
Did you say that you sent the dimensions to me?
Oh, I didn't hear back from you, and I know it was late notice, so I was going to ask tonight. I'd asked you in an email today, I think, about the 36 by 22, but I figured we would just talk about it tonight. So
Can you resend it? Because I didn't get an email from you.
yeah, that's fine. Yep, I'll resend it.
Thank you.
It was in a couple of other things, so maybe we just didn't see it. So
No, I didn't get an email from you.
yeah, I mean, you responded to me about the
This
check.
morning. Was
Yep.
it in that one?
Yep, that's okay.
Oh. All right, I'll take a look at it.
Thank you. I'll be more than happy to resend it though.
So any questions for Josie? Any issues?
Well, I don't have an issue with the sign, but I had a question, a procedural question. We had approved of this already at the landmarks. Does this have to go back to landmarks because of the dimensions are different, or because yeah, that references
would say
material changes and all that? This is
I
de
would say no,
minimis?
it's not a material.
Okay,
change. It's
all
just
right.
a reduction in the size, so I would say no.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look material, but the way the landmarks resolutions are worded, you use the term material, yeah.
Right.
So, all right, just as long as we're good.
That was my question, because I don't want to make any problems, so I'll
Yeah,
keep it the way it is if it has to be, but
I'm not pushing that. I'm not saying that. No, no,
oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
not at all. I'm just asking a procedural question, that's all.
Okay,
That's a good point of information that Kevin brings up. Landmarks has approved this. Do I hear a motion to declare this a type 2 action under seeker?
Motion by Bonnie Howland.
Thank you, Bonnie. Do I hear a second?
Second by Mike Del Priore.
Thank you, Michael. Motion on the floor to declare this a type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act. Any debate on that? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. M. Hayes Clement, I vote yes. Bonnie Howland? Bonnie Howland?
Bonnie, you're muted.
Sorry, I moved my screen. Bonnie Howland, aye.
Michael Del Priore?
Aye.
Dean Barnes?
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy?
Aye.
Thank you. Ayes have it on that. Next, do I hear a motion to approve the application for new signage at the business board at 55 North Front Street and the revised dimension of 36 by 22 inches, with the city of Kingston named as additionally insured, since it's an overhead hanging sign.
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Thank you, Dean. Do I hear a second?
I'll second Mike Del Priore.
Thank you, Michael. There's a motion on the floor. Any further debate on this? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement, I vote aye. Bonnie Howland?
Aye.
Michael Del Priore?
Aye.
Dean Barnes?
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy?
Aye.
Thank you, Josie. The ayes have it. We look forward to your opening.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Next order of business is 101 Broadway. So application for new signage for the Rayer Center for Immigrant Culture and History, 5 signs. Tyson is the spokesperson on behalf of the owner, Bernie King Smith. Tell us what you want to do, Tyson.
Hi, everyone. Tyson from Timely Signs. So the rear center is looking to put 3 informational signs. If you guys are looking at the drawings, that's the 3 signs on the right side of the building where I think there used to be windows many years ago. Then they're looking for a directional sign, as you'll see in the corner, so people understand how to get to the rear center, as well as a protruding hanging sign that you'll see on Broadway itself. And they will be adding City of Kingston as additionally insured, being that is overhanging.
Sue and Julie, this all fits with city code?
Yeah, the only question that we did have, and Tyson basically had stated it is just to confirm that the 3 independent signs that are placed along the Spring Street fascia are interpretive signs,
That is
and they're not going to be duplicative of each other.
That is absolutely correct. And they haven't decided on the verbiage quite yet, but that is exactly the purpose of it. So people, when they're walking, they can read about, what that building was, what it is, what it's going to be, all that stuff there.
Tyson, these look illuminated in the rendering, but none of it is, right?
They're definitely not. No, it's just the contrast level.
Okay.
We didn't make this rendering. It's why it's a little bit different, even though we put it on our letterhead. Rick Whalen designed that. So I think his design program is a little bit different than ours. So no, there's no illumination on any of these signs at all. Nothing from within, nothing external.
Historical tablets are exempt from permit.
Any other questions? Any other concerns for Tyson?
What material are they on the side? Just out of curious, they're very white.
Sure. So that's actually going to be, they should all be more of an ivory beige. If you look at the blowouts past that, you should see they almost have like a yellow beige background to them. They're all going to be cohesive with that coloring. It's not going to be a bright white. I know you want to know what material it's actually made out of as well.
I was just curious.
Yeah. So it'll be digital prints, but
Okay.
it's aluminum laminate material that's going to be resistant to people, like, God forbid they hit it or something like that as they're walking by. Still a very hard material, but you're not going to see any of it anyway. It's got a solid black core, and then it's a printed face, just like most of the signs like these would be.
So it's life. It'll last for a while. It's not going to wear easily
that's
on the
correct.
side
Yep.
for the wear and tear. All right, cool.
Yep, this
Thank
vinyl,
you.
so high performance vinyl is rated for 7 to 10 years.
Okay.
Usually it's going to last even longer than that. It depends on the sun exposure. I don't think that specific portion of the building gets a lot of light throughout the day, so it's probably going to last even longer. And at some point they may end up even updating that information, years and years down the road.
Cool. Thank you.
Tyson, not that I would hope that this happens, but the material would be like if it got graffitied, easily cleaned.
So yeah, we can actually put the graffiti laminate on it. We usually like to use a matte laminate because it's just softer on the eyes. You don't get glare. The graffiti specific laminate is a high gloss. So we really don't like to use that unless there's a specific reason that we have to.
Right.
But what I'll tell you is that if for some, we're doing this for a very low price for them. So if there's any issues, we would just replace the face on it. If there was graffiti, we couldn't get it off because we don't want it to look bad either. So.
Okay.
Any further questions for Tyson? Any comments, any problems? Do I hear a motion to declare this a type 2 action under seeker?
Motion by
Motion.
Bonnie Howland or
Motion
Kevin.
by Bonnie Howland. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Kevin McAvoy. Thank you both. Any debate on that? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland.
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
Thank you. The ayes have it. Do I hear a motion to approve the proposed signage for the Rayer Center for Immigrant Culture and History at 101 Broadway, with the city of Kingston named as additionally insured for the one overhanging sign?
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Do I hear a second?
Mike Del Priore, second.
Thank you. Motion on the floor. Any further debate or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland.
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Tyson.
Thank you, everyone. I'll be here for a little bit, so.
Next item of business, 335 Wall Street, AKA 32 North Front Street. Proposed signage for a new business. Applicant Trinity Eats LLC, owner Dominic Vanacore. Anybody here to speak on behalf of this project?
So I don't think anybody is, but as you probably see from the drawings, that's from Timely Signs. So I'm happy to, oh, that's actually him signing on right now. There,
Yeah, you just signed on.
there you go.
Good
Let him
time.
take it.
Thank you, guys. And could you identify you're from Trinity? Ryan, you're from Trinity Eats?
You need to unmute yourself.
Yourself.
Sorry, yes.
And so Ryan, you're from Trinity Eats, you're also known as?
Yes, I'm one of the owners. Yep.
Okay. And that's Buns Burgers, right?
Correct.
All right. So you and Tyson just want to walk us through this?
Can you just tell us your last name, please?
Viator?
Can you repeat that?
Viator, V-I-A-T-O-R.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the
Ryan, would
sign
you
that's
want me
gonna
to say anything, or you want to handle it?
Sorry. Yeah, Tyson, you're welcome to go ahead.
Okay. So these are for, I didn't get to fully review the whole scope there, but I know we're doing either 1 or 2 hanging signs. Can you just confirm if that's 1 or 2?
2.
It is the 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's 2 small hanging signs. The one that is going below the Dreamweavers sign is fairly short in order to keep the necessary height that has to go there. And the other one is just on the other facade. It's in its normal place. And I believe they're allowed 2 signs because they're on the corner there. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yes.
Okay. So painted signs with stainless steel hardware, and there's painted and printed graphics as well.
Sue, Julie, does the staff have any issues with this?
Code. I do have one question though, Ryan, maybe you can answer on the Dominic's, when he was occupying that space. He had also window signage. Are you going to replace that with the logo for your business as well?
We have window graphics. It's just a very, very simple logo of a hamburger bun with our name Buns on it. Those are on the actual glass of the windows at this point.
Okay, are they there now, or I was looking at a Google Earth map and I didn't see them.
He's frozen up there, but I believe there are. Oh, there you go, Ryan. Sorry, go ahead.
So
Yes.
are they in place now, Ryan?
They are in place now. Yes.
Any other questions for Ryan or Tyson? Any concerns? Do I hear a motion to declare this proposal a type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act?
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second, Kevin.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Kevin. Motion on the floor to declare this a type 2 action under seeker. Any debate on that? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland.
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. It's a type 2 action. Second, do I hear a motion to approve the application for new signage at 333 Wall Street and 32 North Front Street as presented tonight by Trinity Eats LLC, with the city of Kingston named as additionally insured for purposes of the overhead signs?
Motion by Bonnie Howland.
Do I hear a second?
Second by Mike Del Priore.
Thank you. Motion on the floor. Any further debate? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland.
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Dean Barnes.
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Tyson. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next item of business, 39 North Front Street, application for signage for a multiple
Hey.
law firm.
Hey, can you hold on a second?
Hold on. Applicant new signs of Kingston on behalf of RSF Arcade Acquisition 39 LLC. Tyson, you want to walk us through this?
Yes, but Julie, you wanted to say something there?
Yes, thank you, Tyson. Ryan, I don't know, did we discuss yet about it being, you need to get additional insurance from the city? I just want to make sure that you know that. I'll send you that information, but because it's overhead,
Okay.
okay?
No, I wasn't there, but yeah. if you can
I'll send you all that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Tyson.
Okay, so this is again on North Front Street here, very similar to what Josie is doing with Board, where they're doing one sign underneath the canopy and one facing the street. And they're also doing a wall sign with some tenant panels on it, which are going on the, I think it was in the brick area there. Yes, on the actual building itself. As you can see there, it has the name of the, the name of the attorney that's in that building, as well as the street name.
Actually, I just realized this is a client of mine. I need to recuse myself from this. So Bonnie, you want to take over again? I'll be back.
You laughing at me, Julie? All right, Julie, give me some guidance here, please.
Okay.
Or Sue.
Well, everybody has the signage that is proposed. There are actually three signs. One which is located underneath the canopy over the sidewalk, and that'll be a double-sided sign. The detail is shown in the drawings, and then there's a single-sided sign that will be located flush with the canopy along the street edge. Tyson, I'm presuming that the clearance is going to be there.
Yes, this is actually a pretty short in height sign. It's only 12 inches high. So yes, it will meet that clearance. And this is merely, as you can see here, there's no business name on the hanging signs. This is merely so people know really how to get to that address.
Right.
And then,
there's also a tenant panel sign on the building.
Correct. So that one has, again,
very clean, very neat, very professional looking.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, and that's really just going to have the small tenant panel that's for the one tenant that's in there right now, and then space for 4 others to keep it nice and consistent when that happens.
Right. Any questions from any of the commissioners?
Nope.
Want to do the seeker?
So we want to list this as a type 2 action under seeker.
Motion.
Dean Barnes, so moved.
Okay.
Thank you, Dean. Second by Kevin McAvoy. Any other debate? Seeing none, call for the vote. I'm Bonnie Hallen. I vote aye. Michael Del Priore,
Aye.
Dean Barnes,
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
Okay.
Ayes have it. So Julie, not Julie, Sue, what's the?
Just, you would need a motion to approve as presented with the insurance provided to the city of Kingston
So
as required by code.
So do I hear a motion to approve with the city of Kingston as the additional insured?
Motion, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Oh,
Second.
or Dean.
By Dean Barnes. Any other debate? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. I'm Bonnie Hallen. I vote aye. Dean Barnes,
Aye.
Kevin McAvoy,
Aye.
Michael Del Priore.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you, Tyson.
Very
See you,
good.
everyone.
Thank you, Tyson.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bonnie. Any other business to discuss, Sue or Julie?
No,
Anything any commissioners want to bring up and discuss?
If we
Um,
come to the Saturday, I think I don't have to work now. I thought I was gonna have to go into the shop. Where would we meet at 11 o'clock?
you will meet at the gate. If the gate is open, you'll drive through, but I believe they're going to meet at the gate. That's the way we did it the other day. And then you follow them into a parking area, and then you'll go from there to different areas of I won't be there on Saturday, but
Is it the North Street entrance?
North Street entrance, yes.
Okay, all right.
And it's worthwhile going to see. Hopefully the weather looks like it's going to be good on Saturday. So
Yeah, it looks like it's creeping away. So 11 o'clock at the North Street gate, they will be there?
they should be there. If the gate is open, drive in.
Okay.
And you'll see that they'll be there. They want to kind of get everybody together.
How many of you are able to go?
I'm sorry?
How many
Well-
commissioners are able to go?
I'm gonna go.
Maybe.
Okay,
I went already.
right. Dean is scheduled to go on Saturday.
Can you
Good.
put me down? Yeah.
There's Rita Worthington, who is your liaison to the council, is going to be there. And I believe a couple planning board members that couldn't make it are also intending to be there.
I'm pretty familiar with the site. So
Right,
I'm not sure. I'm caught up. I'm like drowning in paperwork. Like,
right. Okay,
working the whole weekend, you know, but I might be able to get out. I'm not
Me
sure.
too. That's why I'm breaking it up and doing this.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything for discussion? Anything else you or Julie need to talk about?
no,
Our next meeting is February 24th. I look forward to seeing you there. Please let Sue and Julie know early if you don't think you're going to make it, since we're close on quorum still. And with that, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion by Bonnie.
Do I hear-
Second, by Mike.
I'll call the roll on this one. I'm Hayes Clement. I vote aye. Bonnie Howland,
Aye.
Michael Del Priore,
Aye.
Dean Barnes,
Aye.
and Kevin McAvoy.
Aye.
We are adjourned. See you guys next month. Stay
Bye,
safe.
everybody. Stay safe.
thank you, everybody. Have a
Yep.
good evening.
Okay, take
Yeah.
care.
You too.
Okay.